Good morning, students, to all of you. The next topic is here, that is interhalogen compound. What is it? Interhalogen compound. So student, whenever we are talking about the interhalogen compound means the compound containing two or more halogen atoms, which contains two or more halogen atom. But just remember, these halogens should be different. Okay, it should be a different halogen. Just remember this thing. Then only they are called interhalogen compound. If they both are same, then they are called halogen molecules. Okay, that is why I have written there XX dash. Is both the halogens are different and they are called interhalogen compounds. Okay students, so whenever we are talking about the interhalogen compounds, then we are having a types of interhalogen compounds. Okay, means we are having a XX dash type molecule. Okay, then we are having XX dash 3 type molecule. Then we are having XX dash 5 type molecule. Then we are having XX dash 7 type molecule. Clear? XX dash 3, XX dash 5, XX dash 7. So whensoever we are talking about this one, number 1, XX dash, we can take example of CLF. Then same way we are having example of BRF, and okay, CLF is there, BRF is there, same way IF is there, then BRCL is there, then ICL is there, and last one is there IBR. What is it? IBR. Okay student, so this is example for XX dash. Number 1 is CLF, number 2 is BRF, number 3 is IF, BRCL, ICL, IBR. Okay, and see all of you. Now we are having XX dash 3. What is it? XX dash 3. So for that one, what we are writing there? CLF 3, then BRF 3. Okay, then IF3, then ICL3. Is that clear? So this is the examples for XX-3. Once again I am repeating: CLF3, BRF3, then IF3, then ICL3. Clear? After that students, we are having a next examples are there, that is about XX-5. And whenever we are talking about XX-5, examples are CLF5, then BRF5, then IF5. Okay, is that clear to you? Then after that we are having examples of XX-7. What examples are there, beta? XX-7. So whenever we are talking about the XX-7, you see one example is there, we are having a IF7. Okay, so see all of you, these are the examples. Means how many types are there? Total 4 types. Number 1 XX dash, number 2 XX dash 3, number 3 XX dash 5, then XX dash 7. And these are the examples that we have done into that. Okay, but then after that what to do there, beta? After that we are going to do their structures, okay, their preparations and their geometries one by one. Before doing that one student, one question is generally they are asking that this is XX dash molecule, means interhalogen, and this is XX, this is halogen molecule. They are asking to you that which is more reactive from these both. Means this is a interhalogen compound. What is it? Interhalogen. And this is halogen. So which should be the more reactive? Yes, they are saying that interhalogen compounds are more reactive. What is it? Interhalogen compounds are more reactive. The reason why? What is the reason behind it? The reason behind it is very simple one. Beta, they both are having a same electronegativity. What is it? Same electronegativity. So same electronegativity is here, their bond will be strong. But here, these two is having a different electronegativity. What is it? Their electronegativity is different. Electronegativity different, is there size difference is also there? Yes or no? Size difference is also there. That is why the bond between x and x dash becomes weak. क्या बन जाएगा? बॉन्ड वीक बन जाएगा. बट हेयर एलिमेंट आर सेम, their size is same, the bond will be stronger. So if the bond between x and x dash will become weak, so it means it becomes more reactive. Means interhalogen compounds are more reactive than that of the x2 molecules or simple halogen molecule. Okay student? Okay, then after that we have to see their preparation. What is it? Few preparation I will do, rest of the preparation you can do it by your own. Same way, if it's very simple preparation, beta. Cl2 plus F2 at 437 Kelvin, we are getting 2ClF. Okay, same way I am writing one more, you see please. Cl2 plus 3F2 I am taking in excess, and here at 573 Kelvin, 573 Kelvin, and here I am getting 2ClF3. Same way, ClF plus F2, and here I am getting again ClF3. One more is here, suppose ClF3 plus F2 in the presence of H nu, and what we are getting? ClF5. Clear? So like this way we can prepare. Okay, one more example I am writing over there, you see must. Rest of the other examples are also there, that you can do it by your own. Okay, you see me please. I2 plus 7F2 in the presence of 625 to 675 Kelvin, and it becomes 2 moles of IF7. What it becomes? 2 moles of IF7. Clear? So these were some preparation of the interhalogen compound. Okay student, after that we will do some properties. Okay, some properties of interhalogen compounds. So when we are doing the properties, just one thing I will tell you, that all the interhalogen molecule, what we have done there, usually they are covalent. आपने अभी भी देखा ही है, ClF कुछ भी है, but covalent, but some polarity is here. Why some polarity is here? Some polarity is here because electronegativity of the element is different. They are not containing same element. Okay, because of the different element there is somewhat of polarity. Clear? Then after that students, we are having a next point. Second point is here, you see please all of you. In the second point, what they told, they are asking about their physical state. But usually all the interhalogen compound can exist as a gas, liquid, and as well as solid. Okay, and usually, and one thing more I will tell you, but see there, they are usually volatile solids or liquid. Okay, except the ClF, which is gas at the room temperature. Again I am telling you what I told you, the interhalogen compound exists as gas also, liquid also, solid also. Okay, and they are usually what? Volatile solids. Volatile means tendency to evaporate. Volatile solids or liquid, but CLF is gas at the room temperature. Is gas at a room temperature. Just remember this thing. Okay, then after that we are having a third point. Okay, in the third point, but already I told you about the reactivity. Then what I told you, that this is a halogen molecule and this is interhalogen compound. This is more reactive. The reason you know very well, because of the different electronegativity. Because of the different electronegativity. Clear? Next point is here, student, we are having number 4 point, that most of the interhalogen compound containing fluorine, most of the interhalogen compounds containing fluorine as an powerful fluorinating agent, as an powerful what? Fluorinating agents. Okay, fluorinating agent का मतलब क्या है बेटा? It means they are converting the metal oxides and metal halides to the fluorides. I'll give you one example regarding that. You must see, all of you, please. Suppose this simple example. This is a tungsten. I'm writing with the CLF. What we are getting there? WF6 plus 3Cl2 means tungsten fluorides are there. But here you can make a balance equation. Same way I will give you one more example. See, 2AgCl plus ClF3 arrow, and what we are getting there? 2AgF plus Cl2 plus ClF. Clear? Okay. Then after that, student, we are having a next point. Next point is here about their hydrolysis. Number 5. About the hydrolysis means what they are saying, all the interhalogen compounds are usually undergoing the hydrolysis. What they are going under? Hydrolysis. Okay. Now you see, suppose I am writing there XX dash molecule plus H2O, and what they are going to make? HX dash plus HOX. Okay. Now you see, I'm taking one more example of BRF5 plus H2O, and it will give 5HF plus HbRO3. My mean to say, it's must that one halogen acid will be formed. This is a halogen acid, and along with that, okay, along with that, one HXO2, HXO3, like this way we are going to form for every interhalogen compounds. Clear? After that, but we are having number 6 property is here. In the number 6 property, that interhalogen compounds are partially ionized in the solution or in the liquid state. Okay, means what we can say, you see, suppose I am writing there 2ICl, and what they are forming? I positive plus ICl2 negative. But if I am using the single arrow, it means they are making the ions very easily. But what is going to happening over there? See, I am using here double arrow. Okay, what is the meaning of double arrow here? Double arrow means they ionize with very difficulty. Okay. Same way, one more example is here 2ICl3, and they are forming ICl2 positive plus ICl4 negative. Okay. Same way, one more is here that they can react with the alkali metal halides. Alkali metal halides, suppose ICl I am taking there, I am giving the reaction with the KCl, and what they are forming? You see, K positive into ICl2 negative. Okay, this is the polyhalide they are making. Suppose if I am taking here IF7, what I am taking? IF7. Cesium is also a alkali metal, fluoride, and what we are getting over there, Cs positive. Then after that IF8 negative, like this way. Okay, now after that one more point is here that we should have to know, that number 8th point is here that all the interhalogen are strong oxidizing agent. Strong oxidizing agent. You know why strong oxidizing agent? Means they have tendency to gain the electron. Means they can be reduced very easily, as you know very well. Same way, ninth point is here about their thermal stability. What is it? About their thermal stability. But thermal stability we have done in group number 15 also, in 16 also, in 17 also. Now what is thermal stability? Means where the bond is strong, there will be more thermal stable. So now you see, all of you please, suppose I am writing here IF. Okay, then I am writing there BRF, then CLF, then ICL, then IBR, then BRCL. And what they told there, see all of you, this is the order of their thermal stability. Means number one is IF, and last one is BRCL. Can you guess why it is so like that? Actually, but the thermal stability here will be depend upon the difference of the electronegativity between the two atoms. Okay, and when we have seen the electronegativity difference, you must be seen there what is going to happening there. For the IF, electronegativity difference is 1.5, here it is 1.2, here it is 1.0, here it is 0.5, and here it is 0.3. For last one it is 0.2. So where is the electronegativity difference is maximum? Is maximum in the IF case. That is why bond will be more stronger and thermal stability will be more. Is that clear? Okay student, after that now we are going to do the structures and hybridization, and the hybridization of interhalogen compounds of the interhalogen compound. So whenever we are talking about the structure and the hybridization of the interhalogen compound, then usually what we are saying over there, then see all of you, we are having three type of compounds better. One is XX-3 mainly, then XX-5, then XX-7. Okay, now you see all of you, one general formula is there that we are knowing, that to find out some hybridization of the shapes, what was there? 1/2 valence shell electron plus monovalent atom minus cation, then plus anion. Okay, this is there or not there? Suppose first of all I am taking XX-3 type molecule. Now into that halogen central atom, so valence shell electron will be 7, monovalent is 3, then here it is -0, then +0, it becomes 10/2, so it is 5, it is called sp3d. Hybridization will be sp3d. And one thing more you must see there, all of you please, here it is 3, here it is 5, so 5 minus 3 will be 2. It means structure will contain how many lone pair? 2 lone pair. How many lone pair will be there? 2 lone pair. Now see all of you, I am going to make a structure for you people. For XX-5, usually structure will be trigonal, geometry will be trigonal bipyramidal. You see all of you please, is like that, x dash. Okay, this is the trigonal bipyramidal structure. But now here what is going to happening over there? But we are having a 2 lone pairs. At the place of 2 halogens, we are having a 2 lone pair. You see all of you please, like this. तो ये क्या बन जाएगी? This is called, its geometry was trigonal bipyramidal, but its shape is, it is called T shape. What do you call it? You can call it T shape. And you can take any example into that. What we have done into that? We have done CLF3. CLF3 will be T shape. BRF3 will be T shape. And IF3 will be T shape. ICL3 will be T shape. Is that clear? And their all and hybridization will be sp3d. Okay student, after that similar way we are going to study next one is here x dash 5. What is it? x dash 5. You must see all of you again formula. 1/2 valence shell electron plus monovalent atom minus cation then plus anion. Then here it is 7 valence shell electron is 7 then 5 0 then plus 0 12/2, so it becomes 6. Okay, then hybridization will be sp3d2 and lone pair will be 6 minus 5 equal to 1. So in the structure there will be one lone pair. How many lone pair will be there? One lone pair. Okay, then after that we are going to draw the structure for that. So when we are going to draw the structure for this one, for the x dash 5, see what the answer was. What the answer was coming there? 6 was coming. तो 6 के लिए ज्योमेट्री क्या होती है? यूजली ज्योमेट्री इज octahedral. Okay, now you see please, if I am drawing this one, x dash, here is x dash, this is called octahedral structure. But now what is going to happening over there? But at the place of one halogen we are having a lone pair. Then what will be there? But you see please all of you, there will be one lone pair. Clear? And its shape, therefore its shape will be square pyramidal. What is its shape? Its shape will be square pyramidal. Clear? And same way, what we have done there in the x dash 5, same way it will be possible for the all the molecule. Means for the CLF5 also same shape. Okay, and for the BRF5 also same shape, and for the IF5 also same shape. Is that clear? Now after that students, we are going towards last one. That is last one is here, that is x dash 7. So same formula we can apply over there. 1/2 valence shell electron is 7 plus 7, no cation, no anion. 14/2, it becomes 7. 7 minus 7 0. There is 0 lone pair and hybridization will be sp3d3. Clear? Now for the x dash 7, usually geometry is pentagonal bipyramidal. What is it? Pentagonal bipyramidal. I am going to make draw shape over there for the x dash 7. You just see it very carefully. Now pentagonal bipyramidal, and for the pentagonal bipyramidal shape, how we are going to draw the shape, you please see. First of all, draw the pentagonal, and here it is x. Then after that you must see there x dash here, x dash here, x dash here, then x dash here. Okay, then after that one x dash is here, one x dash is here. Okay, and this is called pentagonal bipyramidal structure. What is it called, beta? Yes, it is called pentagonal bipyramidal structure. Is that clear to you to all? What do you call it? Pentagonal bipyramidal structure, and this is a structure for x dash 7. I hope student all of you understood this one. Thank you very much to all of you. Thank you.